We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
They say the vote is just a smokescreen. I hope you acting like we got control over who gets chosen. I think it's a joke. The president's on dope, sniffing coke. He's just a puppet of Patsy, taking orders from a cult to the mask. He was dancing with the devil, so we can't ever trust. You got us by the balls, power, blood, money, and lust. Just take control of yourself. You know that change is a must. The initials of the U.S. is us. Before you join the military, see what the war's about. We got a lot of dirt to clean in our house.
Committed treason. It's the reason we stand and we fight through the darkness and the light. The government lied. Soldiers died in the fire of war. They got burnt. They had to learn the hard way. The freedom isn't free, so they paid the price with their life. And now you miss them. Some are still missing. This ain't the Christian coalition. I'm a child of the earth that study this knowledge without a need of a church. Of course I thank the Lord, but no thank you for the war. All of what we fighting for. It's the rich against the poor. Missiles flying overhead. Bodies coming home dead. Ago, a secret dream was planned. Before Columbus came, they knew about this land. For the post-war plan of the man to cross borders is first make chaos, then bring order. They claim to help and instead create the problem and pose as the heroes placed there to solve them. Eventually, it will be a one-world democracy. It'll be placed with a two-faced hypocrisy. Another crime committed against the common good. And when it's said and done, we're still misunderstood. It's not a question of who's wrong or right. I know that personal greed ain't no reason to fight.
And I want the Iranians to know that if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. We would be able to totally obliterate them.
Continue war propaganda, preparing this nation to go to war and spread this war, not only in Iraq, but in Iran. It is a road to disaster for us as a nation.
Whether religion or philosophy or talking democracy, we don't involve in politics with the policies. We don't like the police, you get it? Cause most of us don't. These schools don't teach us we're really supposed to understand and build upon. If you think you're free, brother, you dead wrong. We have a statue of liberty, not one of freedom. Most believe those lies that they feed us. Like go fight for your country and pave way for God's kingdom. So keep them dumb, deaf and blind. So this world they run in front of our eyes. For their cause choose to die. Cause of God we alive. Look at the stars every night to see if our future brings life. We'll give you a reason to fight. Just remember them flights. NAC planned it right. Boy, explain it on mics. Cheney got a corporation that's on the horizon. The reign of globalization, some more conquer the divide. They got uniform commercial codes to back up the lies. We'll give you some more information if it brightens your life. Both of those running for office are just alike. The skull and bone brothers, blood ties, ritual rites.
We need to kill them. The radical Muslim terrorists hell-bent on killing us. You're in danger. I'm in danger. We're at war, and this is not going to stop. There's only one group that can stop this war: the Muslims themselves. Our job is to arm those Muslims to the teeth, give them everything they need to take out these Islamic fanatics. We need to simply look the other way. It is time for this to be over and stop sending American dollars to any Arab country that does not support this mission. Pakistan at the top of the list. Force Arab nations to choose. They're either with us or they're against us. And stop with this nuclear negotiation nonsense. They don't operate the way we do. You can't negotiate, you can't mediate, and you can't bargain. You can't even reason with these people. Now, Egyptian President El-Sisi, a Muslim, in a country 85% Muslim, rid Egypt, the largest Arab country, of these Islamic fanatics. He threw out Hamas terrorists and outlawed the Muslim Brotherhood, the mother of all terrorist organizations. And ironically, days before the attack in France, that same President El-Sisi called for a religious revolution to take out the violent jihadists. He called on the imams and the religious establishment to lead the fight, saying the entire world is waiting for their next move. Now, I've been telling you for a year that they're coming for us, that there is a reverse crusade in progress, a Christian genocide, hundreds of thousands of innocents killed in the Middle East. And 7 months ago, I said that we need to bomb ISIS as it began its steamroll through Iraq. Bomb them, and bomb them again, for which I was roundly criticized. Our country's response to this threat? The FBI destroys tens of thousands of documents deemed offensive to Islam. The CIA removes the word Islamic before terrorist in those Benghazi talking points. The Fort Hood massacre, the Oklahoma beheading, both workplace violence. Are we morons? Of course, none of this should be a surprise, given that our president invited the Muslim Brotherhood to fill the first 2 rows of his apology for being an American speech in Cairo in 2009. And as we cower to these Islamic fanatics, our president and former Secretary of State Clinton say they will prosecute the man who made the video. Free speech be damned. They call murders accompanied by Allah Akbar workplace violence. This surrender is nothing more than a coward's response to the fear of this fanatical terrorism. And this political correctness will be the death of us. They can kill us, but we can't hurt their feelings? I'm surprised the president hasn't signed a new executive order that simply says, don't offend Muslims. And make no mistake, as sure as I'm talking to you, there will be efforts to limit our First Amendment, our free speech, to comply with Sharia blasphemy laws, which call for death to those who slander the Prophet Muhammad. And at a time when we have never been in more danger, our president is focused on free community college, on his continuing march to reduce the size of the military and eviscerate our national security. Our government's response to the terror threat is to have an interfaith dialogue to try to understand and empathize with the enemy. And when they want to shut us up, they call us Islamophobes. Muslim groups like CARE and the Nation of Islam have been integrated into our society. Muslims invited to worship at our national cathedral in Washington, D.C. We're directed by a political correctness that is so bizarre, so disconnected from reality that it does nothing but assist our enemy in our own destruction. They have conquered us through immigration. They have conquered us through interfaith dialogue. And they have conquered us by co-opting our leaders into a position of embarrassment. Now, the Prime Minister of France just a few hours ago stated that France is at war with radical Islam. Why can't our president even say the words radical Islam or Islamic terrorist, let alone protect us Americans? It's not like we haven't been, that we haven't suffered from these fanatical terrorists. Thousands of Americans have died at their hands. The World Trade Center, the USS Cole, Tanzania, Fort Hood, Benghazi. But when the head of MI5, one of the most secretive positions, shows his face to the world, saying that Britain is going to get hit next, it is time to get serious. And as this Islamic cancer metastasizes throughout the world, Boko Haram in Nigeria, Al-Shabaab in Somalia, Ansar al-Sharia in Libya, Al-Qaeda, ISIS. And as it goes to Europe, it is headed our way. Our forefathers gave up everything, their fortunes, their families, their lives, to create a government where free speech and freedom of religion were sacrosanct. This surrender, this refusal to even call it what it is an insult to my father and my grandfather and everyone who served in the armed forces, who fought to protect what is sacred to every American. Yes, it is time for this to be over.